Coming in hot at nearly 7 feet tall, Superman himself joins little old 5'3" me.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, this your boy Superman, a.k.a. Dwight Howard, and y'all about to tune in to Reinvented with Jen Eckhart. Let's go!
Let's go! It's my dream to actually own a Waffle House franchise.
Why you can't?
It's my favorite. The key is to get the waffle not well done. You gotta get
light.
it. Yeah.
You might know something.
What do you think is the biggest lesson or takeaway that you have gained from this whole experience?
The way that we communicate.
Tell us a little bit about Dwight growing up.
I told my dad at 10 I was going to go to the NBA.
What was your biggest challenge or mental hurdle?
Trying to explain to people how difficult this life is.
I'm curious. I know this is personal. What's the highest amount of money a family member has ever asked you for?
Someone has asked me in general.
For what?
And I didn't even have it. Hey, I do the same thing. If my son could hoop, even if he wasn't that good. I'm LeBron James. I'll play another 2 years. Just to make sure my son is on the team.
That was a pretty good LeBron. Wait, can you do Shaq now?
Hey, I wanted to have my son on the team too. Let me tell you what happened. I was trying to get him to play basketball, but I couldn't get him to play basketball. You know, it's all Dwight's fault. Because Dwight, he trying to be Superman too.
Mike Tyson got his cakes out on screen. Netflix, what's going on?
This is why we had to have him on the show. You guys get it. You get it now.
So you gotta have, there we go. Okay.
What's the crank that soldier boy? I can also do the Thriller, you know? You're the coach now. You're teaching me. Look at this, okay. All right, okay. You know.
There we go. See, you know it.
You are listening to Reinvented. I am your host, Jen Eckhart, and we are bringing this special episode of Reinvented to you all the way from Hollywood, California, baby. That's right. We packed our bags and flew across the country to the City of Angels for our next guest. He's already laughing. Do you hear the energy in the room? You know, since this show's inception, we have been fortunate enough to feature people from all walks of life. Grammy award-winning rock stars, war heroes even, NFL Hall of Famers. But today, we have the honor and privilege of featuring the first ever NBA star on this show, baby. But not just any NBA player. Do you hear his excitement? He is one of the greatest defensive players in NBA history. Listen to these stats, y'all. 8-time NBA All-Star. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. 2008 Slam Dunk champion, Olympic gold medalist, no big deal. Oh, and not to mention 2020 NBA champion with the LA Lakers. And I could have gone on, by the way, but I condensed it a little, sorry, in the interest of time. So, but more important than all of the above, now this NBA star has totally reinvented himself by trading in his basketball shoes for dancing shoes. That's right, after joining ABC's Dancing with the Stars. Coming in hot at nearly 7 feet tall, Superman himself joins little old 5'3" me today on the show, Dwight Howard. Welcome to Reinvented, my friend.
Hey, we got Dwight Howard in the
He
building.
has no energy.
No energy.
Zero energy. You know, Dwight, I have to say, before we get started here, sorry, Moo, I gotta call you out. I have to tell you, it's been a little bit of like a nightmarish experience trying to get you on the show.
What?
I'll explain. So you got eliminated recently from ABC's Dancing with the Stars, which sent me into a full-blown panic anxiety spiral, texting Moo, your media handler, who, by the way, went like a whole day without responding to me because he was too busy hanging out with Kevin Garnett. No big deal, which, to be fair, you know, if I was Moo and I was hanging with Garnett, I wouldn't answer me either. But nonetheless, I mean, that was a close call, but we made it happen. You are here.
Yes, you know, you can't blame Moo. It was, you know, Moo did what he had to do. But, you know, Dancing with the Stars felt like it was time for me to transition away from the show. I did my job. I danced myself away.
You did. You
Yes.
did. I know I just inflated your ego and I boosted your resume, but I do have to knock you down just a little bit to
You
keep
didn't inflate my ego.
Well, I got to keep you humble, you
I'm
know, because
always humble.
You're the Dwight Howard. I got to
Yes.
keep you humble here.
Okay.
So I know I mentioned at the start that you're the first NBA player to appear on the show, but you're not the first competitor on ABC's Dancing with the Stars to appear. So we featured AEW Wrestling World Champion Chris Jericho on this podcast, and he did compete on Dancing with the Stars, but he did not get as far as you.
Chris Jericho?
He did not get as far as you on the show, so it's safe to say that you're the most successful competitor that we featured on the podcast so far. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Well, all of us are successful competitors in life.
Yes.
So that's okay.
True.
Yeah.
That is until we get a mirror ball champion on the show.
You will, hopefully
I dressed
soon.
like the mirror ball for you though today. I'm not a trophy, even though some men might refer to me as such. That's a joke. I had to. Sorry, I went there. Anyway, all right, look.
It's too early for that one.
All right, jokes aside, y'all. Your decision to join Dancing with the Stars was years in the making, I read.
Yes.
You got to explain that to me and to my viewers and listeners, because it's not often that an athlete of your caliber is like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna leave basketball. I'm gonna set it to the side, and I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes. It's kind of like when Elle Woods in Legally Blonde is like, I'm gonna go to Harvard Law. Like, explain to me how this was years in the making.
Well, I love dancing. So, I've always wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars. My mom, my whole family have always watched the show. I watched the show. So, for years I haven't had time because of basketball and training and stuff like that. And now I have time to do it.
Yeah.
So I called Dina Katz, who is the head of the, talent and booking and stuff like that for the show. And she said she was going to do whatever she could to get me on the show. So, Dina.
Thank you.
One, girl.
It worked out.
I got on the show.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. I miss it.
You miss it, I bet. I don't blame you. Anyone who knows me and watches we talk about Dancing with the Stars a lot on this show because it's been my lifelong dream to compete on ABC's Dancing with the Stars. Wink, wink.
Okay.
Nudge, nudge.
Dina.
Dwight Howard. Yeah, call me.
Are you going to do it?
Oh, no. I don't know if we'll see. Check back with me in a couple years. We'll see where we're at.
You just said, I'm not a trophy.
No, I said I dress like a trophy.
You dress like a trophy. You said you're not a trophy. You said some men say you are a trophy. So now this is your chance to show them that you are a dancer. Reinvent yourself.
I like that.
Isn't this what the show is about?
That.
Reinvention.
Yeah, I love it. No, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Okay.
So, but look,
Put it down.
I have so much respect for the competitors because I have danced my whole life, and the grueling rehearsal schedule, the grind, the hours and hours of preparation, the sweat equity it takes to put on such a production. You said the opportunity to compete wasn't just about fame and fun. It was about personal growth. And I thought that was really profound. How did competing on the show help you grow as a person?
My communication skills.
Wow.
Yeah. Helped me really just understand, a lot of times I'll be kind of nervous to say something sometimes to people because I'm like,
you nervous?
Yeah, because
no.
I don't want to hurt their feelings or make them feel a certain type of way.
I get that.
Because I could be very stern, so I have to watch my words.
Okay.
So, but being on the show and having to talk to Danny, a lot, we're always talking, trying to figure things out. When we have issues or problems, we go after it head first. We don't wait and do all that stuff. Like, we might talk about it amongst, I might talk about it amongst my circle, but then it's like, all right, I got to go talk to her. And then Moo, who you was talking about, you can't be talking about Moo.
Moo's the man. What are you talking about?
Moo's like, hey man, you gotta talk to her. That's your partner. So, we kept talking, and the more we talked, the better we became, the more trust that we had in each other. Wow. You could tell by our last couple dances, it was just like everybody was noticing. She was like, man, she must fully trust you because she's letting you pick her up with one arm, you throwing her around in the air.
Oh, man. It was like a circus act. No,
So
what
it
you
takes
guys
a
were
lot of
doing.
trust, so my communication skills and like just my partnership skills took another level because of doing Dancing with the Stars. Yeah.
Now, do you say, like, I'm worried about hurting someone's feelings because as, like, an athlete on the court, you guys are used to, like, like making jokes, perhaps
No, it's just when you have relationships or, when you are doing any type of business or even like having my partner, the way that we communicate, like, so for example, me and Danny, we're having our issues. It's like we're dance partners. So I'm taking her by her hand, Danny, let's sit down and let's have this conversation.
Right.
This is how I'm feeling. She's telling me how she's feeling. And now we're going back, we're
It's
listening.
like a therapy session. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
She's been a therapist at times for me.
Yeah.
So it's been really great.
And I'm sure you for her in many ways.
Yeah, probably, it's just crazy. But I am going to miss it.
Oh. I'm a certifiable Halloween freak.
You love Halloween?
I love Halloween. Anything spooky is my jam. Like, I'm
Really?
all about it. It's like a religion, I always joke, for me.
Okay.
But your Halloween dance
Our dance ring around
stole
the
the show and it was not only my favorite, but I think a fan favorite. I mean, it was unbelievable. I have to know which dance was your favorite and why.
Oh, that's tough. See, to me, all the dances was cold. My favorite was probably the last two we did. It was probably the contemporary
Okay.
dance, which was the Halloween dance.
Okay.
And then the last dance, which was my Argentine tango.
Yes.
So the reason why I liked the contemporary song was because I actually got a chance to be a part of, Danny's choreography in that song. So there was a day where she was going over the whole dance with me, each part. So I'm just trying to get it in my head as she's going through it. And then there was a part where we both were like jumping up and she was trying to figure out what to do after that. So while she was just like thinking in the corner one day, looking at the dance floor, I was like trying the moves and stuff. And I jumped up and did like a spin and flipped over and got up. And she was like, how did you do that? And I was like, my security, he is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and we took classes with him.
Oh.
So I just remember how he told us how to get up out of these certain moves. So when I did it, I just naturally did that. And she was like, you got to do that again. And I was like, I don't even know if I remember how to do that. So I did it again. Then she got down there and she was like, is it like this? And she did it. And so then he came in. He's here right now. He's right over there. He got the...
This is your security.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's a real killer.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. He's totally joking, isn't he? Is he joking? He's not joking. Oh, he's not joking. Oh, he's not.
No, I'm not
wow.
joking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's ready to take me on, like, if I step out of line.
we don't do that. But we did that, and actually we added into the dance. So the part of the dance where we both jump up and land and flip over off the ground was a part that she saw me do, and she added it into the dance. So it was so cool, and it was just like, she did tell me before that dance, hey, this dance means so much to me. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be our best dance ever. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it was our best dance. So,
yeah.
You
guys were so amazing. Danny's incredible. Reflecting on your time on the show, what do you think is the biggest lesson or takeaway that you have gained from this whole experience?
The biggest lesson or takeaway? I'm telling you, the whole partnership thing, the relationship partnership, like from the dance to the teacher to the professional to the celeb, was so great. And like my communication with my parents have gotten better since the show.
Wow.
Just being able to fully just express certain things and in a way where they could actually kind of understand better.
Right.
You know, and we were both at a place where we was able to listen better.
Right.
We wasn't caught up in the basketball
Of
world
course.
news. Oh, Dwight, we heard about this or that.
Right.
It was just all dance. And so now,
Right.
since we're all focused on this one moment, it has nothing to do with nothing that I've ever did in the past as far as that. It's just different. The communication skills, my parents, my kids. It's a lot of things that happened during this time period of being on Dancing with the Stars, which were revealed later
Yeah. Okay.
in some shows that me and Moo have come up with.
Oh.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
world, you better be ready. We got some stuff
Okay,
brewing.
I like that little teaser. So, in other words, what you took away from the experience is the polar opposite, like not what Anna Delvey said in her epic response of nothing.
Well, I think she took away something from it, but I think that she probably was just upset that she got
You
put
think
out.
that's why she said that? Because she was
because
upset?
I was upset, you know, but
Yeah.
I had to sit back and take a second
Yeah.
and breathe before I said anything.
Yeah.
And
Did you guys become friends during your time on the show? You and Anna?
I saw her briefly.
Yeah.
She was into her phone a lot.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Man, she must be a real deep businesswoman."
Probably checking in with her probation officer.
She probably was, but she's a good. It's tough. The show is tough,
Yeah.
and everybody was on her because of what she did in the past, and it's like she's trying to let it go.
Listen, she has an open invitation to come on this show. We've had convicted felons on the show.
But, you know, I think that it'd be wrong to just, like, because she did what she did, it's like everybody continues to harp on it. So now,
Of course.
like, she can't even be free from it, and she is free from it. So it's like, I don't think that that's cool.
Yeah.
Because she paid her time. Yes, she
Yep.
did some things, but we've all done some things. So none of us can sit up there and be like, Anna, you're the worst person in the world. Kiss my
Listen,
ass. sugar."
I commend ABC for casting her. First contestant to ever compete on the show with an ankle monitor. She even bedazzled it. Respect. Obviously, I love the sparkle. So I was here for it.
The whole goal is to really get out of yourself and enjoy the moment. So I feel like people were trying to spoil it because of her past convictions, and that's not right. So so she probably felt like she didn't get nothing from it, but I gained a lot from it. I might have didn't win the mirror ball, but I won some.
You won. You won in many, many ways.
Yes.
Speaking of winning, who are you rooting for to win the coveted mirror ball trophy? Give us your game time prediction
That's so
here.
tough because I love all the people that are competing. Me and Danny, we've competed on shows together, Danny Amendola. So I would love for him to take it home. That'll be a real nice one for him. But I think it'll also be great for Chandler.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would love to see Chandler win it. She's been great all season long. She's got a perfect score. And, you know, my best friend Ryan, he thinks that she's the one for himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my best friend Ryan. So we're really pushing for Chandler so my best friend could actually see.
Maybe he'll tune into this,
He's
or she
probably
will.
I'm sorry. He's probably going to come to the show
Yeah.
to speak to her again
Okay.
at the finale. Yeah, but
Okay.
we're hoping for Chandler to win. And, yeah, let's go,
Listen, Dancing
Chandler.
with the Stars makes love happen. There are a lot of couples that have come from the show.
Yeah, there is.
So I do want to shift gears here for a minute, and I want to talk a little bit about your childhood. You know, you grew up in Atlanta. You have shared in past interviews details of the rough neighborhood in which you hail from. For my viewers and listeners who only know Dwight from either the basketball court or Dancing with the Stars, tell us a little bit about Dwight growing up. Like, I'm curious how your upbringing served as motivation to get to where you are today.
Well, I lived in a bad neighborhood, but I was not around the bad neighborhood. So I don't even, put that out there. I know the area I stayed in, but I stayed in the gym or I stayed in my backyard playing basketball or training, So that was my outlet. I knew that what I wanted to be at a very young age. And a lot of people didn't believe in it.
Wow.
They
you had doubters growing up?
Yeah.
Wow.
All the time, from coaches to teachers to, sometimes family members. It could be anybody, but, I didn't take that as something to make me stop wanting to do what I wanted to do because it was my dream. It wasn't nobody else's. So I just kept going, I've been playing since I was 3. I told my dad at 10 I was going to go to the NBA. And he was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yes, I know it. I believe it."
Wow.
And I wrote all my goals down, and I went after them. And my first goal was to be the first pick in the draft, and I was the first pick in the draft.
Wow.
And so I was like, I'm going to make sure everything I write down happens.
Do you do affirmations? A lot of people believe in that by writing down their goals and affirmations. Is that something you practice today?
All the time. I've been doing it my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah,
Starting at the young age of 10 years old. That is incredible. Fast forward to today, did you ever imagine this would be your life? What is it like to be Dwight Howard returning back to your roots in Atlanta?
Oh, man, I never left my roots, even though I've, had to travel the world and all that stuff. I still remember and I always remain who, I am, but, I've traveled and seen so much of the world, so it's been amazing. That's what keeps you humble, traveling and getting outside of the little bubble that we could live in, so.
I spent a lot of time in Atlanta as I actually did 2 years at Auburn University in
You went to
Alabama.
Auburn?
Well, before I transferred to my alma mater, which is the University of Florida. I'm a Gator girl.
You a Gator? Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
But my brother, James, went to Georgia Tech in Atlanta. He's a hell of an engineer. Do you know the Varsity
tough.
Diner?
Yes, who doesn't know the Varsity Diner?
Some people don't.
That is not true.
I have a photo of me and my brother inside the Varsity Diner in Atlanta holding the Stanley Cup. Super random. I don't even know why it was there. The actual Stanley Cup. There's a photo of us at the Varsity Diner, which clogs your arteries, by the way, but great, fine American establishment in Atlanta.
Nobody go to Varsity no more. People from outside of Atlanta. Have you been to Waffle House?
Oh, that's my I want to buy. It's my dream to actually own a Waffle House franchise.
Why are you capping?
I'm not capping. No
you really
cap.
Like Waffle House?
No cap.
What you get from Waffle House?
Scattered, smothered, all the way, baby. I get my hash browns, sausage. I get my waffle, but the key is to get the waffle not well done. You gotta get
light.
Yeah.
You might know something.
I'm an OG.
You might know something.
I'm an OG. Come on,
you gotta have the waffle made light. She is right. Waffle made light just like Dwight. Oh, look at him.
Oh my gosh. This is why we had to have him on the show. You guys get it. You get it now. Oh man. Okay. Hard left. So getting a little. This whole interview, Dwight's gonna whipsaw. You're gonna have whiplash because we go serious and we go.
That's what you gotta have in life.
But your mother Cheryl and Dwight Sr. seem to have been a real source of strength for you, as you have, as you mentioned, a serious athletic background. Your family, however, is no stranger to tragedy, as your mother had 7 miscarriages before she had you.
7.
Some would say you're a rainbow baby. You're a miracle child.
Baby. They don't say rainbow.
You're a miracle, but your birth, that's such a miracle. 7 miscarriages. I mean, that's no joke. How do you think that experience your mother went through influenced your family dynamic and upbringing?
Well, she lost a lot of children early. So as I was being conceived, people were very nervous and scared that I was gonna, follow like my other siblings. So they had her on bed rest. Actually, when I was born, I was 2 months premature, so I was super tiny. And my grandma,
tiny to Superman.
Yeah, I was really small. My grandma was the only one who wanted to hold me because nobody wanted to break me.
Everyone was scared.
Yeah, they were scared. So she'd be like, boy, I used to be the only one to hold you because everybody else was just scared, that they was going to drop you or something was going to happen. So they just prayed for you. So they still treat me like I'm that little old fragile little old baby.
And here you are, nearly 7 feet tall, Superman.
Yeah. So I just...
Wow.
Thank y'all. Y'all love me, don't y'all? I love y'all too.
So what I'm hearing is did it give you a more appreciation for...
Yes, for everyone.
Yeah.
Because it's just for life itself. I as an adult, I had a chance to do this darkness retreat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you send me their number? I might need to attend.
Where you stay in the dark for 3 days, no light. Wow. Yeah. So, just as an adult, you get a chance to experience like what it's like to not be able to see light. And it's like, man, you got to appreciate the little things.
Yeah, don't take it for granted.
Don't take it for granted. So I do not take my life for granted. That's why I'm always cheesing and smiling. And what Danny would say, I pass gas a lot. But I heard that was scientific. No, it's not scientifically proven. But they said it's good to pass gas. Because
you're relaxed
in
the presence of...
That's one, but you're also spreading love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spread love.
Spread love.
Yeah.
Spread love on this show. I love it. Okay.
That's
one way to look at passing gas.
I'm going to save you. I'm going to save you.
Let it rip. It's okay. We're good.
I'm trying
Tony,
to tell
plug
you.
your nose. We're good. We're fine. We're
Tony.
Good. One thing that is extremely evident while either watching you here compete on ABC's Dancing with the Stars or on the basketball court is your infectious, positive attitude. And I know everyone must say this to you, Dwight. It's almost impossible to not want you to succeed. And I mean that. Even when you didn't get a great score on Dancing with the Stars or, you just always seem to keep rising and you're like, that's okay. It didn't matter how much you got knocked down. You always get back up. There are a lot of people right now in our country, especially with the holidays approaching. We're fresh off of a crazy election cycle. Mike Tyson just lost to Jake Paul. That was demoralizing for the country.
What? Hold up. How was that demoralizing for the country? What? We got to pause for that. Tony!
Oh,
Not pause in real life.
Just blare,
I was just like, what? You got to explain that.
So I'm reading about all these athletes who put down some serious dough betting on Tyson. So
that's their fault.
Did you have Jake Paul winning?
That's demoralizing their pockets, not the country. What is you talking about?
Did you have Jake Paul winning?
Yeah.
Did you bet on it?
No.
Okay, he's like, I'm smart with my money.
I'm not gonna bet no money on it. I wanted Mike Tyson to win. Okay. Obviously, because I love Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's 95 years old. He tried his best.
He's in his late 50s, but okay.
I know it's a joke. But he really, the thing that I love about the whole situation is this. See, this is how I'm looking at it. Okay. Why? Jake Paul had an opportunity to take Mike Tyson from maybe some dark places to a place of where he can go train and fight and go back to the Mike Tyson of old. He's packed out a new arena in Dallas, over 100,000 people. He got 198 countries to watch him fight. He made over $30 million in one night. And he's 58 years old fighting. Mike went from having $500 million to Tigers and all that stuff. So this is great. Yeah. I'm happy for Mike Tyson. I'm glad that Jake Paul didn't knock him out because he could have. And Mike, early in the fight, had some chances where he could have knocked him out too. So,
You think both men were a little bit restrained?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Because he didn't seem that way in practice. He seemed a lot more.
Practice.
Yeah.
It's a little different when 100,000 people out there and they watching you fight. So he probably haven't been in that atmosphere in a very long time too. Yeah. So that could bring some tiredness and stuff too. Yeah. And he probably was in shell shock. Like there's a lot of tweeple. I shouldn't say that. I love you, Mike. That was a joke. Don't get
Dwight, you got to do a stand-up. Netflix has got to give you a comedy stand-up special. Oh my gosh, so funny. Look, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I think the whole thing was fixed. I really think that he actually held back.
Everything in life is fixed.
I think he was like, you know what? I got to lose to this punk kid, but I'm going to collect my 20 mil.
Wouldn't you do that?
I don't know.
You lying?
No, I don't think so.
So somebody said, if you get in there and fight Amanda Nunes, and we'll give you $90 million.
There's a big difference between 90 million and 20 million. You keep upping the ante here.
Okay, if they said 20 million, you're not going to get knocked out by Amanda Nunes for 20 million?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I'll see how I feel.
Let's ask your reinvent. Everyone out there listening, let's put it in the comments. Would you, all the women? Because men, we're not fighting women, okay? Women versus woman.
No. But I will say, speaking of women, I think the fight of the night was the female.
Amanda and the other lady.
Unbelievable. They are, I mean, what a time to be a woman.
Women's sports, just women in general, y'all are kicking ass all over the place.
We're trying.
Y'all are doing. Y'all doing a great job.
This podcast episode is sponsored by Gent Row. Are you looking to reinvent your wardrobe? Or are you ready to elevate your style for that upcoming gala, black tie event, or wedding in your life? Look no further than Gent Row, the leader in tailored menswear. With Gent Row, you can update your wardrobe effortlessly in the comfort of your own home or office as Gent Row travels to you. That's right. Forget the hassle of shopping in crowded department stores. Gent Row's expert tailors bring the fitting experience right to your doorstep, ensuring you look your absolute best without any stress. But there's more to Gent Row than just impeccable style. With every suit you purchase, you're not just dressing sharp, you're making a difference. Each sale supports the Gent Row Foundation, dedicated to tailoring positive changes in the lives of our youth and those who are incarcerated. The Gent Row Foundation provides underprivileged young men with the tools they need: education, basic needs, enrichment opportunities, and self-development training to lead a healthy, more fulfilling life. So as you prepare for your next special event, remember that you're not just upgrading your wardrobe, you're joining a movement. Visit gentrow.com today to book your personalized fitting. Gent Row, where style meets purpose. Speaking of women, I know I said we were going to do this during the interview. Up, down, up, down. Melissa Rios and you were partners and have a child together. She tragically passed away in 2020 due to a seizure at just 31 years old. Very young. You have been very public in speaking about that tragedy and how you struggled with her shocking, untimely death. Tragedies are, inevitable in life. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. I have a lot of questions for God at the end of my life.
You got a lot of questions for God? Why are you going to wait till the end of your life when you're dead?
Oh, no. I talk to him now. But I am curious, for those tuning in who are going through it, because you're no stranger to tragedy, Dwight. For those tuning in who are going through it, I'm curious, what is your advice when it comes to dealing with tragedy and grief?
Well, I think everyone is different when it comes to that and how they handle transitioning. I think that the way we have all been brought up and taught about death, we look at it as a bad thing, So obviously when people transition, it hurts, and it's going to hurt because they're not going to be on this plane of existence anymore. So that is, a scary thing to think about, losing someone that you love. But you never really die. Life and death is a part of this realm that we live in. Just as soon as you were born, as soon as you're going to die. That's one thing that is promised to us. So you just have to go through the process, and we are here as humans to experience everything.
Yeah.
So part of that experience is death.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we can't run from it. We can't hide from it. We don't know when it's going to knock on our door. But we just got to be prepared. And that's how I take everything in life. Just try to prepare the best way I can. And in that situation, when it happened, we were not prepared. In actuality, this was during COVID, and I was talking to the other mothers of my children, and we were trying to get everyone together because it was the first time in about 15 years at that time that I had a break from basketball, and I was able to just be with the kids. So we was wanting to get all the kids together. And I just wanted to be able to spend time with them where I didn't have practice or no workouts or no interviews or nothing. So as that process was happening, got a call from her mom. in the middle of the whole, me trying to call everyone and coordinate, getting her out to Atlanta, and her mom called me and said she had just passed away. It was very difficult to kind of handle and hear, but then just knowing that my son, he didn't even have a true understanding of what, that means, because he felt like, all you got to do is take her to the hospital like on a game or something, and they can just fix her and she'll come back, So I had to kind of handle that with him for a while. And, I don't know how he's dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only 10 now, so it's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's a difficult transition, but you are a man of faith. I'm a Christian woman, and it has truly saved me as I have gone through some pretty difficult circumstances over the years myself. I'm a survivor of rape and sexual assault. I have lost loved ones as well. I lost my best friend to lupus. My father's a 3-time cancer survivor living on dialysis. I mean, the list goes on and on. On this show, we pride ourselves on not shying away from like the hard topics, like the uncomfortable topics. We want to break through the layers of our guests. And one question I love asking my guests is how their belief system has translated into their daily lives. And I am curious, how has your faith played a critical role in your life?
It's been everything. It's been the number one and the only thing that has kept me moving and kept me going, because I've had a lot of issues, like all of us. We've had things that have happened in our life, but because of my belief and it's like delusional belief, that I can do all things, that, I am who God has created me to be, all that. It's like you got to have this delusion about your faith. You got to have this belief has to be so strong. And, mine it gets stronger and stronger as I've experienced more and more of the devil trying to take my strength away.
Right.
So it's pretty intense.
Not today, Satan, as we say.
But see, the thing is, people try to say that, but then, okay, Satan he might not come today. He might not be there tomorrow. He might not be there next week, but that don't mean he's not watching and lurking. Yeah. Because he's looking to see who he can devour.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that's why you got to always be Ephesians 6:10. Do you know what that is?
Ephesians 16.
6:10.
6:10. Can you recite it for us?
Oh, you got to put on the whole armor of God. That's where it starts right there, Ephesians 6. There you go. That's the only way you can fight them off.
Great verse. Is that your favorite verse in the Bible?
No, my favorite is, I have a lot, but Philippians 4:13. I can do all things
through Christ.
And then my other one is Mark 2:23, I want to say.
This
That's
guy's
what it is.
Spitting Bible verses.
Faith without works is dead.
Wow.
So you got to have faith, but if you don't put in the work, if you don't put in the time, the effort, and the energy, and have the belief, it doesn't matter how much faith you have. You gotta have the other parts with it. So
it's so admirable. It's not often that you see Hollywood celebrities or even athletes talk about their faith. It's very rare, and I just find it really refreshing. So thank you for sharing that, Dwight. I appreciate it. He's going to break out in song now. It's no secret that you have 5 kids between the ages of 10 and 16 years old. Those are really...
Actually, it's crazy. My son's birthday will be tomorrow in a couple hours.
I know. We arranged this podcast episode and we're recording it so that you could get back just in time for his birthday. I have to know, what would you say is the biggest lesson that you've instilled in your kids thus far? Because these are really key formative years that they're in.
Yes.
What's one thing you've tried to instill in them?
One thing, well, first is Jesus, is making sure that they have a foundation of faith, because if you don't have any foundation, if you don't have something to stand on, you'll fall,
right?
For anything. So that's the biggest thing. And I always talk to my kids about success. What does it take and what does success mean? And I always tell them preparation and consistency.
Yeah.
Preparation and consistency breeds success.
Yes.
So, I'm always having these talks with my kids. There's so many things I tell them. Preparation, like I said, consistency, keeping the main thing. Cream of the crop always rise to the top.
Got that sports idea, the sports isms in there.
Just a little bit, and then, we kind of do a lot of things to, where I'm trying to test their will.
Okay.
And, like mini workouts at the house.
Okay.
Just little things like that, just to kind of not break them, but kind of push them through the threshold.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult for kids sometimes because they just don't know how strong they really are.
Yeah.
So you have to get them to that point and then get them past that point.
As a father to 5, it seems you have a full court basketball team.
I do.
You have a ready-made basketball team.
Yes.
Given who their father is and his unique athletic ability, do you see any of them following in your footsteps as a professional athlete?
I see one.
One? Which one?
I see one making it and killing it.
Are we allowed to know who?
Yeah, Trey Howard. He's the Dwight Howard III.
Okay.
He's had a basketball in his hand since he was open from his mama's womb. He actually I was the first one to see him. He was the first one to see me when he came out.
Oh, wow.
I was right there.
Wow.
Like, son, I'm seeing all these intestines and everything, but now you're here. Llama, llama, penguins in pajamas. Llama, llama, penguin. I thought I was
we're doing Lion King.
Rafiki.
We are quoting Lion King. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And here I'm like, we're recording this episode at 8 a.m. Dwight's going to have no energy.
Oh,
man. You're like the human Valium over
to?
here. I do want to...
The human value. Cool, calm, just like my mom with a couple of Valium inside my palms. You know who that is? D12, purple, Eminem, D12.
Okay.
You remember them?
No.
The group D12.
No. Is that before my time? I'm 34 years old.
There's no way you don't know who Eminem is.
I know Eminem.
Okay, he had a group called D12.
Okay.
I've been so many places.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Running compared to these blue and yellow, purple pills. There you go. There you go.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to shift gears here and talk about your basketball career, as I know that that's what a lot of my viewers and listeners are tuning in to hear. Notice I saved it for last, of course.
Play basketball.
Yeah. I started this show by listing your many accomplishments and accolades, but one thing that I know my viewers and listeners, and myself included, will want to know is during your NBA career, what was your biggest challenge or mental hurdle you had to get through that has never been shared before?
Biggest challenge or hurdle? Well, for a while it was until I said, I'm not finna keep doing this. But trying to explain to people or get them to understand how difficult this life is as a professional athlete, for one, a male, and also a celebrity in this industry, famous. It's very difficult. So a lot of people are like, well, you got all the money and, you're Dwight Howard. You shouldn't have no worries. And I'm like, no, you can't say that. There's a lot of things that...
Of course.
Being who I am, I've had to handle and deal with for a very long time,
More money, more problems.
Yeah, and then after the money, it's more than just money that you have to deal with, because what people don't understand is that every new level there's a stronger and a new devil.
Yep.
So
new set of challenges.
A new set of challenges and new, all those things that we've had to overcome to get to where we are, they're still there, but now they're amplified and magnified times 2 million. Yeah. And we got everybody in the world who is all of a sudden our cousins and our family members, and they want money. I've had people ask me for some ridiculous amounts of money. I've had people
What's the highest amount? I'm curious. I know this is personal. What's the highest amount of money a family member has ever asked you for?
Someone has asked me in general?
Yeah.
$35 million.
Why? For what? For what?
And I didn't even have it.
For what purpose?
I'm not going to even disclose that.
What did they need to do
I
with
can't
it?
disclose it. I can't.
Sounds like they're in a bit of legal trouble. I don't know.
Wasn't in no legal trouble. They just saw the fact that it was me
Okay.
and that I was about to sign for a certain amount of money, and they asked for that.
Oh, wow.
People have asked for money. People have stolen money.
Of course.
Lots of money. It could be family, friends,
Yep.
agents.
Yep.
You know, so it could be a very lonely world. So
Yeah.
the biggest thing is to keep your mind. And in order to keep your mind strong, you got to have a strong will.
And have a strong
faith.
circle of people like Moo over here.
Moo's not strong. Moo don't lift no weights. Mike on a little strong, but he lift
Moo's
people.
texting Kevin Garnett right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had a lot of basketball influences growing up, and likewise, there are a lot of young men that look up to you, Dwight. If you could pick any player from the league, past or present, to go one-on-one with, who would it be and why?
To go one-on-one with?
Yeah.
From the past or present. I'm going to go with Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay.
This is my favorite player all time, Wilt Chamberlain. So I would love to play him or just meet him one-on-one.
Yeah.
So that'd be fire.
You played with LeBron James
I did.
and won the I don't know if you remember or not, but you did win the 2020 NBA championship title with LA.
Was Bronny on it?
The LA Lakers.
Oh, LeBron James.
That little
I thought you
player.
said Bronny. I didn't play with
LeBron
Bronny.
James.
I'm just messing with you.
Oh. All right. So, look, I'm a big time LeBron fan. I'm a Miami, Florida girl, born and raised. So naturally, when LeBron did the decision and announced that he was taking his talents to South Beach, I got bragging rights. You
ain't even go to the games.
I went to a lot of the games, and actually, one of my close friends is Pat Riley's daughter. We went to high school together. The Godfather himself. So I'm a big time Heat fan.
Okay.
I have to know, as someone who experienced LeBron, knows LeBron, played with LeBron, what is your personal opinion on the decision broadcast then versus now?
I mean, it was great for him. He did what he had to do. Because obviously he knew the position that he was in, so he could not just decide to go to a team and not put it out there. He had to make it be known, So, I thought it was good for the time. It was great news. It was something kind of like the Jake Paul fight. Get everybody ears watching. Get everybody ears and
viewers
eyes.
for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. 60
million. It had to be
million.
more than 60 million.
The Super Bowl. It's like watching the Super Bowl.
See, that's fire. Just congratulate Jake Paul. Just look at all the stuff he's doing.
Yeah,
I'm
I will not be
on him.
congratulating Jake Paul.
Why? That's not fair. You want somebody to congratulate you.
I was rooting for Tyson. I'm
you can
bitter.
still root for Tyson and
I'm
congratulate
bitter.
somebody else. See, that's what you want to talk about America and all this. What's the word you said earlier about America? Y'all are in a, not disarray. What's the word you said about America being upset about Mike Tyson?
Oh,
losing?
Demoralized.
Yeah, you're demoralized about a fight. No, because people people will take that and be like, yeah, America's demoralized because Mike Tyson lost in the fight to Jake Paul. Now people hate Jake Paul.
People have strong opinions about the Paul brothers.
Okay, why? What are they doing that's so bad? Tell me.
I don't have anything personally against them. I'm saying other people
have
strong
but that's what I'm saying.
opinions.
They're just jealous and
maybe.
What else?
Yeah.
Why could they hate on Jake Paul and his?
Listen, they're brilliant marketers. I'll hand it to them. Like they pulled it off.
They're not just brilliant marketers. Look at what they've done in the history since they've been out. They started out with YouTube, doing YouTube videos, pranks, whatever.
I remember.
Then they said they wanted to fight. Then they said they wanted to do wrestling. Then they said they wanted shoes, this, that, and the third. Everything that they've said, they did. And the people that are hating are the people that are not trying to be successful in life. So that's what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
If you're hating on somebody for being successful, you need to sit down and take notes from Jake Paul and his brother. Because they doing it right. They got all their stuff in order so they can just live their life. And that's why I'm like, how could you hate on them? This man got a chance to fight Mike Tyson. I don't care if he would have won. And he made it happen on Netflix. How many fights been on Netflix
The
before?
streaming circle buffering. Is it still buffering?
Actually, you know what's crazy? At my house, it's still buffering right now. It's still buffering.
really?
Netflix, I want to see the fight. Jesus.
Oh my God.
All I see is Amanda Serrano here like this.
Right.
And a little scratch flapping out.
Or Mike Tyson's bare ass.
Or Mike Tyson got his cakes out on screen. Netflix, what's going on? Give me my money back and give me a free subscription for everyone in my family.
Oh my gosh. You know, LeBron, we were just talking about LeBron James before the Paul brothers. You know, his son Bronny, who you mentioned, was drafted by the LA Lakers in the second round draft of this year's NBA. Speaking of criticism, a lot of criticism has been made that he was picked solely because he's LeBron's son.
Ooh,
but I am curious. But where do you stand on that? I'd love to hear your perspective.
Where do I stand on it?
Yeah.
Hey, he got his son on the team. That's where I stand on it. Hey, I do the same thing. If my son could hoop, even if he wasn't that good. Hey, I'm LeBron James. I'll play another 2 years. You know, I got the scoring title. What other title do you want me to have? Just make sure my son is on the team.
Wow. No, that's not Shaq. That was a pretty good LeBron. Wait, can you do Shaq now? Do Shaq.
Well, his voice?
Do Shaq.
Hey, I wanted to have my son on the team too. But let me tell you what happened. I was trying to get him to play basketball, but I couldn't get him to play basketball. I tried to talk to Charles about it, but Charles was not listening to me. I wanted Charles to get on the team too, but then I had to talk to Kenny. Kenny was saying that, it's all Dwight's fault because Dwight, he trying to be Superman too. So I'm blaming Dwight. Dwight is Dwight's fault. I wanted to have my son on the team, but they went and got Dwight.
I can't.
God damn
I
it,
get
I'm the real
Netflix,
Superman.
get this man a comedy special ASAP. If you don't, I will. I'll work it out somehow, some way. I asked a lot of friends and family what they wanted you to answer during this interview. And the resounding majority wanted you to answer, who's the real Superman, you or Shaq?
Who's the real Superman, me or Shaq? Steven from the show. He's the real Superman.
I'm asking about Shaq or you.
Oh, Shaq is just Superman is just a little nickname. That ain't even my nickname.
A lot of people refer to you as Superman.
Because I am Superman. What is you thinking?
You walk around on the court wearing a cape. What are you talking about?
I don't walk around the court wearing a cape at all. Superman came from me jumping over my teammates in practice, lifting crazy weights. And then I used to always do the
Except for that time
boy.
Kobe dunked on you in 2004 and I think
Yeah,
took your man card with it.
No, he didn't take my man card. Actually, what happened was after that moment, like dogs, well, you know anything about male dogs? There's a point in their life.
The animal or like
Did she say the animal, you guys? I said male dogs and she said the animal. What else would it be?
I know some male dogs, yeah.
Okay, so,
Tell me about male dogs, Dwight.
Sometimes what happened is they have to go through a process of what we call gonad dropping. So.
Oh man, the guys in the podcast studio are like, is this where we wrap or do we end it here?
No, what I'm saying is you have to go through a process of becoming a man. He didn't dunk on me to make me go backwards. After that happened, I won 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Yeah, you did.
I woke up.
You did.
Because I said nobody else finna dunk on me like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he woke up the beast, he started it, but I dunked on him back.
You dunked on him back.
Yeah, since you want to keep it up.
You've dunked on hundreds.
I got the most dunks in NBA history.
2008 slam dunk champion right here. I was at a speaking of Waffle House.
You was not at a Waffle House.
I was at a Waffle House in Colorado.
A Waffle House in Colorado?
About an hour outside of Rocky Mountain National Park when I logged onto Twitter and I saw news of Kobe's death. A lot of people...
You was really in a Waffle House in Colorado?
I was at Waffle House when that happened. And a lot of people, I announced it, a lot of people thought it was a hoax because it was so sudden and it was so shocking.
Yeah. You don't... see, the thing is, people, I don't know why people thought that was a hoax. You shouldn't play like that. But... I remember when this situation happened vividly.
How did it have an impact on you?
I was sick. We were on the plane just leaving Philly, actually. LeBron just had broke Kobe's scoring record the day before. And, you know, that night was super emotional. We get on it was our last trip of our East Coast swing. So we were headed back to the West Coast. Everybody's tired. You know, we just had a long trip. So, you know, we're headed back. Got a good win in Philly. We're all asleep. Everybody's tired. My phone kept going off. And so I'm like, man, who's calling my phone? Why is everybody calling my phone? So I reach down, I look at my phone, and I'm like, let me see what's going on. So instead of checking my messages first or like my phone, I go to Instagram because I'm like, something must have happened for people to be calling my, like blowing my phone up. So I look and it said, Kobe. I'm like, nah, this ain't real.
Yeah.
So I look at it again, then I stand up and I go, across from where I'm sitting is AD, LeBron, DeMarcus, I think it was Melo. So I get up, I go to DeMarcus, I'm like, yo, look at this. And he knocked out, he like, yo, what, he see it, then AD and LeBron, we all wake up, and it was just like it didn't even feel real. Like I was just like
a bad dream.
How did Kobe die? I'm thinking he was like Batman. Like,
yeah.
What's the first Batman name? You remember him?
The first Batman name.
The first Batman in the movies. Michael Keaton.
Yeah, okay. Oh, the actor. Yes, Michael Keaton.
I'm looking at Kobe like Michael Keaton Batman. Like nothing can happen to him.
Right. Yeah.
And then he just vanished out of thin air. And it was like we had to relive the death and the situation in every city we played in because everybody wanted to do a tribute.
Yeah.
So it's like we didn't even get a chance to grieve,
right,
you know, properly that whole year. We had to just keep reliving the moment.
Right,
so
right.
It was pretty tough. I was very hurt that day. I was just thinking about the rest of his kids, his wife, his daughter, like, man.
Yeah.
But
heavy loss.
It was a heavy loss.
Really heavy.
Yeah.
You know, it's no secret that, you know, you've now left Dancing with the Stars, but it's also no secret that you might be plotting and scheming a potential NBA comeback.
Who said that?
You did. Recently,
What?
you shared, and let me let me read this. OKC, your boys ready. What's happening? Y'all need a big. Y'all need a vet. Y'all need somebody that's gonna bring some energy. I ain't got nothing to do neither. I just got finished dancing, y'all. I go to OKC right now. 2-year deal. Let me finish out. We'll get y'all a championship and maybe another one. How'd I do?
I ain't talk like that. I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was.
For a white girl, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know
look,
who that was.
you said this as the Thunder are currently without their star center. Chet Holmgren is expected to be out for 8 to 10 weeks due to a hip fracture.
He need to go see Daniela. She'll get his hip. She'll get
those
right.
hips moving.
She'll get his hips moving. Yeah.
When will we see you in an OKC jersey?
I mean, you might gonna have to, what they call it, Photoshop it. That's just like they did. You got to Photoshop my how you gonna see me on the OKC jersey?
So
they ain't call my phone or nothing.
Safe to say you're not, you know, courting OKC. You're not in talks with anyone over there.
It would be awesome to play again in the NBA, but right now I have some little jitters at home. The 5 kids, and they're waiting on daddy.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to be.
They need their dad.
Yeah. I done played basketball since I was 3.
You can, if OKC doesn't work out, you could take your talents to South Beach.
I'm not taking no talents to South Beach.
Right.
I take my kids there to go to get in the ocean, but my talent's gonna stay in Atlanta.
They're gonna stay in Atlanta.
No, I'm just talking.
I'll tell you what, we can make a deal. If you ever change your mind, though, we can make a deal. You can get me on ABC's Dancing with the Stars, and I'll put in a call to the Godfather, Pat Riley.
You already know him. What are y'all? Is y'all record good this year? You ain't even watched no games, have you?
No, I've watched a lot of games. I actually ran it. Can I tell you?
Yes.
I when I was flying here,
Mm-hmm.
because I flew across the country just to interview you. I don't
That's
know
why
if you know that or
That's
not.
why you're reinvented.
But I'm also like loyal. I'm a fan. I'm a big Dwight fan.
Mm-hmm.
So
you.
as I was rolling my suitcase into the airport, there
Mm-hmm.
was a towering, nearly 7 foot tall NBA player next to me.
Really?
And the Delta attendant came up and goes, "Do you play for the NBA?" He goes, "Yes, I play for the Miami Heat." And then he goes, "What about you?" He turned to me because we were standing close to each other. He goes, "What about you? Do you play basketball?" I was like, "No." I said, "But I'm actually flying to LA to interview Dwight Howard." And the Miami Heat player
Mm-hmm.
turns to me and goes, "Yo, you're interviewing Dwight Howard?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yo, that shit's whack."
Really?
It was very funny. I think he was joking though.
Who was the player?
I think it was, okay, so it was like 4 a.m. I think it was Bam Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo.
I think it was him. It was very early.
Oh.
But I think he was just giving me, I think he was like, I don't know if he was, just pulling my leg or,
Oh, I don't know why he was
I don't know.
Sounds like a little hater to me.
Got some beef with Bam. I love
can't
it.
have beef with my twin. We kind of favor each other. People say, "Oh, that's where the beef started."
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's okay. I don't have no beef with nobody.
Yeah. That's a
You
good
know
way.
what we do with beef?
What do you do? Put it in the freezer.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pack it up. We pack the beef up.
Pack
We
the
don't
beef
keep
up
no
and
beef.
put it on ice.
Yeah,
I love
don't
it.
have no beef.
At nearly 7 feet tall and one of the most talented defensive players of NBA history, Dwight Howard, your positivity, your legacy, your humor, your athleticism, and savage dance moves have inspired all of us. You keep us on our toes, baby, by continually reinventing yourself. And we are so excited to see what's next for you in this exciting next chapter of your life.
Oh, I got some stuff coming up soon that's gonna blow y'all away.
Oh, I love it. We love a good tease on this show.
Let's go.
And as Superman, the real Superman says,
The real Superman.
keep fighting for truth, justice, and the American way, Dwight Howard.
Thank you. I will. Is that
I
a
know,
Donald
I feel like
Trump
I should
quote?
salute you. No, it's an actual quote from Superman, like the comic show. Is he the guy in the control room? He's laughing. He understands what I'm talking about here.
He ain't say that.
He's laughing. We're all laughing.
He laughing because he's trying to figure out where you get that
I
quote
don't
from.
even know. I tried to end the interview in a profound way. So that was...
She
that
tried to reinvent the ending, y'all.
Yes, we reinvent here constantly. To all my viewers and listeners, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to Reinvented with Jen Eckhart. That's available wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeartRadio, you name it, it's there. I'm Jen Eckhart. That was NBA star Dwight Howard. Thank you for listening.
Ooh.